Okay, what's going on, everybody? I wanted to show you real quick how to make a little rig. If you're thinking about fishing on the bottom this time of year when the fall comes and you're going to start fishing a little bit shallower, pitching around cover and dragging around rock and stuff, this is a jig rig. You can buy them pre-made that have a steel ring and a little drop shot type sinker attached to it, and whatever hook size you buy. Or you can do like I do, and like I taught in my class about a couple years ago how to make them, and I gave everybody a few of them. But you can just go get your favorite EWG hook, a split ring, and these bass casting sinkers, or any drop shot sinker that you want with the little hoop at the top, and make your own. That way you can customize the size and shape of your weight, and also the type of hook you want anytime while you're on the water with all your terminal tackle. Really simple to do. Get you a decent little pair of split ring pliers. These are my favorite. They come from Bass Pro Shops. I honestly couldn't tell you the model name or anything, but I really like them. They're small and they do a good job. And just get your bell sinker first. Go ahead, and I like to use a little bit bigger split ring. You can see the eye of the casting sinker there. It's bigger than that. It would encapsulate that whole thing if you're trying to kind of size them up. I do not know the size of the split ring. I buy tons of different sizes, throughout the year. But you're just going to use your split ring pliers. Pop that guy open. Stick him right on. Super easy. And that's, your first half. And you got your little casting sinker there and a split ring on it. And now, just pick whatever hook size you want. If you're going to be fishing a finesse worm or something like that on this, which you can use a straight shank hook. You can use an offset hook instead of an EWG. But my favorite bait to use on this is something that not only you can flip around cover and stuff like that, but you can drag, because this is an excellent dragging rig around rocks and flats and stuff like that. So the Rage Bug by Strike King is obviously my favorite for that. It's got movement on either side here and then movement at the front, but it also still looks super natural, just the profile of the bait. So that is what I'm gonna rig up, and for that, I am running a 4/0 EWG on here. Not super line or anything, just a regular old 4/0. So now that you've got your split ring on your little cheap bass casting sinker there, you just go ahead and thread your hook on. Super easy. And I usually pre-make these well in advance. Like, for example, I'm making up 6 of them tonight. So I don't have to fool with this anymore. So very easy. There's the hook on there, and the weight is free swinging. And as this rig hits the water, it's gonna fall down perfectly vertical like that. So whatever you pitch by is gonna drop straight down. And then as you retrieve it, the weight is gonna hang underneath, just like that, with the bait behind it. So when you rig it all up, you wanna leave just a little bit of gap for the eye to stick out. You don't wanna rig it plumb over top of the hook eye, because that'll interfere with the ability of the weight to swivel around and act real free swinging. So I don't want to cover it up all the way over the eye. If you can see that, I've left just a little bit of eye sticking out. Go ahead and Texas rig it like normal. Have that thing poking out there, and get the flappers going on the Rage Bug. Just pop each one of them off. And there is a jig rigged Rage Bug. That's a 3/8 ounce bass casting sinker from Walmart. Get some split rings. Sometimes Walmart has them, sometimes they don't. And then whatever hook you want. That 4/0 fills it up pretty well without being too awful gaudy. And then what the key is, once this rig is done, when you go to tie it on, it's very important where you tie to. So you see how that bait is flat coming across and the weight is hanging down. you want to make sure you tie right there. So you want your line to be coming off right there between the weight and the back of the bait, not the belly of the bait. You do that, you're gonna have issues. Or if you tie to the actual gold part of the little weight there, you're gonna have issues. Or if you tie to the hook, you're gonna have issues. The way you wanna tie it is go ahead and hang it just like that, and then you'll wanna tie it right there. So when you hang it vertically, you grab it by that spot. And then that's where you tie on. And when you do that, you're all settled and finished. It's a super easy rig to fish. I actually fished it today and caught 3 or 4 on it, and lost one. So I was gonna make some anyway tonight and get ready for next time when I go out, because I only had 2 in my box, and I hadn't made any in a long time. So I figured if I'm making them tonight, I'll show y'all how to do it. It's super easy. This is what they look like naked. Pretty simple and easy there. Just a split ring, a bass casting sinker, and whatever hook you like. You can do swim baits on them. You can do swimming worms on them. You can do, you know, craws that don't have any movement if you want. You can do pretty much anything you want on it. For me, a moving, flapping craw coming across the bottom, it's tough to beat that. Now, if you were pitching and flipping, that'd be different. Or if you were fishing in some thick, heavy grass or whatever. But for me, just as an all-terrain bait, you know, an ultra vibe speed crawl would be good as well, or something like a Z crawl or something like that from Zoom. Those would probably work really well as well. My favorite is that Strike King Rage Bug. So, hope this helped you. If you have any questions about it, just holler. Super easy to do. Anybody can do it. I saw them when they first came out years ago and saw the price tags on them and laughed and said, I can make those in 5 minutes, you know, with some split rings and some little bell sinkers. And I did, and they worked. So y'all have a good night and hope to see you on the water.